Yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another ManDem United podcast. The podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. So please keep all your comments and questions Manchester United related. Please, apologies on the lateness. Like Malcolm already said in the chat, lateness is greatness. Salute to Matisse for that. The reason why I'm late is because I was on Troops' podcast. So shout out to Troops. The Back Again podcast is Lewis was on there, Monts was on there, so that'll probably be out tonight or tomorrow. So that's why I'm late, because I'm working. And I was debating whether to go live now or go live slightly later. But I thought, you know what, let me go live now. So big up to everyone that's locked in. As always, make sure you hit the like button on the video, whether you're watching this live or watching this back after. Share across the socials as well. And on top of those two things, make sure you subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. It is road to 7K people, road to 7,000 subscribers. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Keep your questions, comments, Manchester United related, of course. And if you do super chat, I will get straight to your comment as well. And on top of that, link is in the pinned comment for the membership, people. So if you want to become a member of the channel, many great perks, 3 different levels. Make sure you take a look at the membership. And if you've got any ideas with the membership, let me know as well. If there's anything that would make you sign up to the membership, I'm always open to ideas. Big up to Daredevil, who was here early. He says, big up Flawless and everyone else. Love from the USA. It was a good performance. We got the 3 points, defended well, and kept a clean sheet. Happy for Rashford as he scored. Yeah, and that's why I titled it Manchester United's good home form continues, because our form at home has been incredible. Pretty much incredible. Not perfect, but almost perfect. Last time we lost at home was the opening day of the season. We've beat Arsenal here. We've beat Manchester City here. We've beat Liverpool here. We've beat Spurs here as well. So I will be talking obviously in depth about that win against Brentford, but I agree, man. It was a good performance and a good team performance. That's what I like about it the most. Good team performance. I'll get on to people obviously talking about Antony, talking about Sancho. We will discuss those things as well. Daredevil goes on to say the difference between our performance on Sunday and yesterday. That was on Sunday. It was just a bad performance. But yesterday it was a good performance as we bounced back. Simple as that. Yeah, our form from home, home form and away form is night and day. And we do need to address that 110%. Daredevil, don't worry, I've started a couple of your comments as well. I know you got some questions and some things you stated in there. Dennis says, big up the hardest working YouTuber, big up. United for Life says, big up Flawless and everyone here, big up to you. RJ says, big up everyone. RJ, huge win yesterday. Yeah, absolutely. Back into the top 4, also bounce back as well. We also needed to bounce back after the Newcastle game. Disappointing result, absolutely awful performance. So to go and get a good result against Brentford in that manner as well. And what I like most about the Brentford game is we thoroughly deserved it. 1-0 was flattering to them. Defensively, we were sound. They had 1 shot on target. Offensively, we were good. The only criticism I have of the performance is we didn't create that many clear-cut chances. It was more half chances. But overall, it was good. And I think everyone, worst case scenario, was a 7. I pretty much rated everybody as a 7 out of 10. I don't think there was too many 8s, 9s, or 10s, but I don't think there was any 5, 4s, or 3s, which is good. It was an overall good team performance. And like I said, an important win. It's a good Brentford side. Brentford were poor, but we also made them poor as well. Kaneki says, I'd play a 4-4-2 against Everton, really. De Gea, Dalot, Varane, Martinez, Malacia, Antony, Sabitzer, McTominay, Sancho, Rashford, and Martial. Sabitzer and McTominay as a midfield too is awful. Yeah. It was awful. It was that. I mean, that would be awful. Our midfield is bad enough in a trio. We don't need to make it a duo. I think that's a terrible idea. Rohit says, big up Flawless, but we can't always be carried away by McTominay's performance. Who's getting carried away by McTominay's performance? I haven't seen anybody get carried away about McTominay's performance. Who has? Please let me know what's been stated. United for Life says, you were right about Bruno. I focused on him last night. Pressing, mentality, hard work, all that was there, but nothing on the ball other than passing. You made me aware of this. I did think he was good yesterday, like everybody, including him. And there's a pass he played, a crossfield pass late on that he played to Rashford. But yeah, Bruno was good, but I don't let a good Bruno performance or a good performance from Scott McTominay or another player I rate overgas me. I understand the level of these players. They had good games, and that happens. Average players play well. We also have good players who will play poorly. And then you'll have poor players who will have top performances, and you'll have top performances and then you'll have top players who have poor performances. That's how this works. Starlord says we need a killer up top ASAP, a rude type striker. Everyone knows Manchester United need a striker. Is that Antony? Yeah, is that Ant? Let me see. Yeah, it isn't Ant. Antony was decent. Yeah, everybody was decent. I agree. Kaneki says it was going to be a physical game, and I know it's bad, but we got no one else. It's not about it being a physical game. It's why would you play them as a duo? Never before. We've never played 4-4-2, to my knowledge, at the start of a game. Why would you play 4-4-2? To me, that makes no sense, and turn Antony from a right winger into a right midfielder. And who did you have on the left? Sancho from a left wing into a left midfielder. To me, that makes no sense. I personally would not like to see that. If Ten Hag did that, I'd be like, that's crazy. No Decore for Everton that's a plus point for us. That's a plus point for us. Absolutely. When Bruno don't try as hard, he has better games. It's when he tries to do too much. He's just not that good. Simple as that. But yesterday, no complaints. Solid performance. Martinez was excellent. He was probably my man of the match, to be honest. Martinez is ridiculous. Now, Decore is not available. He just got sent off against Spurs, so he'll be suspended. Brentford need to beat Newcastle this weekend, man. Yeah, don't bank on that. That's what I would say. Do not bank on that. It's a shame. If I wasn't on the move, because that's a 3:00 kick on a Saturday, I actually would have probably have watched that. And you lot, before I continue, let's bump up the likes. Way too low. There's over 20 of you lot in here, over 25 to be exact. And we're only at 13 likes. Like check 1212. Let's bump up these likes, people. What are we doing here? Let's bump up these likes. Also, subscribe to the channel as well, Sarcasm City TV. Let me see. What's the subscriber check? I know there's a couple of you lot who are new here. We're at 6,203. Only looking for 2 new subscribers, people. 2 new subscribers. So girls to 6,205. And normally as well, at the ManDem United podcast, you'll also get it on Thursdays. But when United are playing in Europe, I only like doing 2 live streams a day on the YouTube. So that's why the Thursday edition, if United are playing in Europe, you won't get it. But other than that, you'll get it Thursdays as well as Fridays, Mondays, and Tuesdays as well. Peter G, man, big up, you're here. That's all that matters. I'm happy Malacia will get games now. He has that dog in him. Yeah, man, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? In that, I'm fully with it. You know what I'm saying? Malacia, no complaints with his performance and no complaints with him overall this season. Ivan says, keep up the great work, Brody. Would love to be a mod for you. Ivan, if I see you here on a regular basis, I'll make you a mod. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only criteria. I also have to see you here on a regular basis. Not all the time, but the vast majority. And then I'll make you a mod. That's all it is. That's all it is. Where we at? Hey, bump up the likes, you lot. What we doing? Thoughts on De Gea? What RJ in general? Or are you talking about against Brentford? Big up my guy Eddie, who will be here tomorrow. He says, hit that like chat mafia. Like it as much as you like Lampard going back to Chelsea. That's fine. That is fire. 100%. Starlord says, is there a late night stream tonight? Yes, Thursdays. And you can always check the upcoming live stream schedule, Starlord and everyone else. Myself and Cam, the Manchester United Arsenal show, will be live at midnight. ManDem United gonna talk from the Arsenal. Emma says, we just need to keep it simple and do our thing. Frustrate them until they make stupid mistakes and such. Everton have become way better technically under Dyche, surprisingly. Just because they're under a better manager. So one thing about Dyche is the way he plays ball. His wide players are on the ball. Like, as much as people criticize and say Burnley ball, he played 4-4-2 with 2 actual strikers and 2 actual wide players as well. Not left wingers and not a left winger and a right winger. It was a left midfielder and a right midfielder. That's what it was. How did Sancho play last night? I was at work, says David Smith. He was decent. 7 out of 10, like everybody else. Decent, bright. I'm saying not spectacular, but not bad. Same to you, King Manny, and to everyone else in it. If I see you here on a regular basis, I'll make you a mod. Simple as that. That's all that is. Oh, De Gea versus Brentford, no complaints. I think there was only a couple bad kicks. Other than that, that's it. But again, I'm not letting a good performance from De Gea and him distributing the ball well fool me. I know that part of his game is not good enough long term, but he was decent yesterday. No problem with his distribution. United for Life says top 4 battle will be cooking on Saturday. Brentford versus Newcastle, Brighton versus Tottenham. We must take advantage and beat Everton. Facts, we must win that early game and then put the pressure on Newcastle, put the pressure on Brighton, put the pressure on Tottenham. Jason said I got blocked on my other account. What did you say? You must have said certain to get blocked. You didn't get blocked for no reason. So what did you say? Okay, if that French bulldozer isn't available, I'm more confident now because that midfielder, Decore, Adrissia, and Onana is horrifying. Yeah, that midfield's better than us. When Casemiro and Eriksen are not in it, I watched them play against Spurs, and I was like, that midfield's better than us. I've already said I would take Onana in the summer. Whether Everton get relegated or not, I'm definitely signing Onana, 110%. Yes, happy days. I can actually stay up and participate. Hashtag get in there. Yeah. All good, Star Lord. All good. Do you think 76 points is achievable to guarantee third, fourth place, win all 5 remaining home games is key? Let me actually pull up our fixtures because I think it will be, our home form will be key. 1 second. So our home games. So we got Chelsea at home to be rearranged. Aston Villa at home, Wolves at home, Fulham at home. So that's Fulham, that's West Ham, that's Villa, that's Chelsea, and Everton. Yeah. If we win those 5 games, we should. That's 15 points. We should. How many points we are now? We're 53 points right now. So, yeah, that should be enough. You're right. 76 points is fine. Yeah. We should be fine. Absolutely. Get a win away from home. We should be all right. 100%. Because Newcastle don't have a favorable fixture list. They don't. Spurs, I need to have a look at it. I'm not sure about their fixture list. I'm not sure. I legit don't know. I am unsure. Dude, this what's going on, man. Laptop moving slow. Moving hella slow. Hey, whilst I wait for my laptop to speed up, hit the like button on the video. Like check 1212. We should be over 20 likes. Should be over 20 likes, people. Should have hit the subscriber mark as well. I know there's at least 2 of you lot who have not subscribed, people. So hit the subscribe button. Helps to yeah. Because I'm looking here. Because if we win all 5 games, that'll take us to 68 points. So then if you get, I don't know, a couple wins on top of that, yeah, 74, like, we should be okay. We should be okay. Hey, big up Gemini Photography as well. Sorafel says, David Raya didn't convince me as a goalkeeper for Man United. No, but he didn't. I never said I would take David Raya. I'm saying. I never said I would take David Raya. I need to see more from him. I've not watched him like that. Eriksen's back in training. Love that. Love that. Gemini says every game is a cup final. Nothing long. I don't go that far, but it's important. The cup finals are arguably the same. No, the cup finals are the two quarterfinals. The quarterfinal that we've got coming up and the semi-final got coming up. They're the things I'm focused on and looking at. When we was talking about Bruno and United winning the league, but you didn't say that, Jason. So clearly you said something that got blocked. You wouldn't have got blocked for saying United are going to win the league. So you said something. Can you unblock me, Lengen tweet? What did you get blocked for? When you tell me what you got blocked for, then I decide if I'm going to unblock you. Your thoughts on Eriksen's return, though? Over the moon. Over the moon. Absolute. Yeah. Over the goddamn moon. You know what I'm saying in regards to Eriksen? Because he's the only, I've said it before, I'll say it again, he's the only midfielder of his profile that we have. And people talk about him, defensively, he's poor in transition and his defensive weakness and all this nonsense. But you know what he helps us do? Keep the ball. So then we have to defend less. There's no accident that the vast majority of our worst performances are when Eriksen has not been in the side. He's key to what we do, because he just keeps the ball ticking. He keeps the ball ticking. Big fan of Eriksen. And I'm glad he's back in training. Really over the moon that man is back in training, because it's needed. It really is needed, because he's missed. No one does what he does. Casemiro to an extent, but even Casemiro is not like Eriksen on the ball. So he could be key to us winning the FA Cup and or the Europa League. And I still think we can win both and win a treble. Yes, Manchester City will be tough in the FA Cup. Yes, Brighton will not be easy in the FA Cup. 2 tough games. Well, can we win them? Yes. Europa League, if we play to our maximum, we'll win that competition as well. I solely think we will. RJ says, Tony is a Man United fan. I think that's why he didn't turn up yesterday, maybe, with a laughing emoji. But Martinez is solid, man. Martinez was cold yesterday. But that's just typical Martinez. Tony wasn't good yesterday, but I'm still a big fan of Tony. I'm still bring him to Old Trafford in the summer, 110%. After Everton, both Casemiro and Eriksen come back. This is just what I was saying, RJ. They're key to what we do. They improve us so much. The levels go up. Because even they're looking at a fixture list, Everton will be tough, yes. But then hopefully they're back for that home game against Sevilla. Because I want that tie dead. You know what I'm saying in that? I'm saying I want that tie dead before we travel to Spain the next week. How we beat Real Betis 4-1, beat Sevilla 4-1, 4-0, 3-0. I want to go there with a minimum 3-goal margin. And they've been in piss poor form in their league all season. Where's Sevilla in the table? Let me check right now. Sevilla, let me check matches. I know they've been in piss poor form. Let me actually pull up La Liga right now as we speak. Over 40 of you lot locked in, man. Girls up to 30 likes, though, people. Girls up to 30 likes. This is going to be a short show because I will be on with rants on his Twitch at 6:30, people. Let me do this. La Liga. Let's see. See where Sevilla are at. I know they've been in poor form. Yeah, they're 13th. They're 13th. I'm saying that. Yes. They've scored 31 goals in 27 matches. 100%. We should be beating these, man. 100%. We should be beating these, man. Without doubt. So put the tie to bed. Because I called you out saying United fans said you was winning the league, but you said you didn't say that. Then you got annoyed. Well, there you go then, Jason. You know what I'm saying? Why you don't be telling me about what other Manchester United fans said like I said it. If someone brings it up, cool. But why are you questioning me about other people's words? You can say what, you can ask me what I think and I'll give you my opinion. But clearly that's why you got blocked. We are linked to McAllister. The news came out from different sources today. Thoughts? Does he improve us? Yeah, he does improve us. But am I like, go get me McAllister? I think there's better options. I prefer Paulino. I prefer Onana. I prefer Lavia. So they're better option than those three. I don't really know what. Let me know in the chat what type of midfielder is McAllister. You know what I'm saying? No, Jason, I'm not unblocking you. You're here now, so what do you need to be unblocked for? Just don't. You know what I'm saying? Just don't be a dickhead, basically, and you don't get blocked. As I was saying, where was I at? Yeah, what type of midfielder is McAllister? I just think there's better options, and I think he'll cost a lot as well. Brighton are not going to let him go for cheap. They're not, but I wouldn't be against it. Tony going to smash Newcastle this weekend, man. I hope so. Tony had some good moments, though, created that only clear-cut chance with some crazy feet. Yeah. Tony's cold. Now they're 13th, Sevilla. They're 13th. Big up Flawless. We didn't get to speak United yesterday. I think we played well, but Brentford had like 30-40% possession and we were at home, but we move on to Everton. Now we dominated. The first half, we had like 75% possession. And in the second half, for the vast majority, we had 70% possession. And then they came into the game late into the second half. But we dominated, I think it was 65, which we haven't done in a minute. I think it was, I'm going to actually pull this up right now. I think it was 65. Hold up. Let me check. It was something crazy like that, which is good. Like, that's a dominant home performance. Dominant. We just didn't create enough or score enough. But other than that, no complaints. Rather than look here now, the stats. Yeah, 65% possession. Yeah. Almost double the passes they had. They had 6 shots and 1 on target. Yeah, we did what we needed to do. Am I the only one who picks Bellingham over De Jong? Probably not. Probably not. Both great options. I'm saying. Both great options. McAllister's more of a 10. Yeah. I don't want him in the 10. I'm good on that. Flawless, big up, bro. I'm so happy to see Eriksen return to training, and hopefully Eriksen could return against Everton this weekend. If he's fit to play against Everton, him. Who do you play next to him? Do you play some? I'd probably play him and Sabitzer. That's the two I would go with. I'd go him, Sabitzer, and then probably play Bruno in front of that. That's what I would do. That's just me, though. No McTominay, no Fred. Hey, you lot, like check. Over 40 of you lot in the building right now. Only at 29 likes. Let's get that up to 40 likes, people. Let's get that up to 40 likes, people. Let's get up to 40 likes, please. Hippo says, who does he play for? Who are you talking about here? Or you might be talking about McAllister. He plays for Brighton, if that's it. Who you're talking about. Where we at? Ferguson, relax. You don't need to bring that over here. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And that you don't need to tell us about what's going on elsewhere. But big up to Chelsea Fan TV. United have only scored 42 Premier League goals with only 2 other Premier League teams in the top 10 with less. 39 for Fulham and with less, 39 for Fulham and Villa. Do you think this is a concern? Yes, absolutely. This is, a massive concern. Well, this is why I'm here saying I changed 3 of the front 4. Antony, I'm still unsure on. I've said we need a striker and we need a new number 10. And I want to upgrade on Eriksen. And I want 2 new fullbacks. So that's 6 people who help in terms of creating and scoring goals. Your fullbacks help in terms of creating and scoring goals. Your deep line playmaker helps with that. Your number 10 helps with that. Your right winger helps with that. And your striker helps with that. I already know about these things. So yeah, is it a concern? Yes, because the only goal scorer we have really is Rashford. And that we can't just have one man bagging goals. Like, that's not good. That's not the way forward. And yeah, Ivan, I said this year, your thoughts on Eriksen's return, vital, over the moon. He could be the difference in us winning a trophy or not winning a trophy, or us winning 2 trophies and not 1 trophy. He's that good and that important and that key to what we do. Absolutely. So Rafael says, Spurs don't look like they're getting top 4. They have games against United, Liverpool, Newcastle, Brentford, and Brighton. Yeah, they got a tough running. They do. I'm looking forward to seeing Diallo back. I want to see him and Antony compete for that right-hand side. He says, Ahmad will be integral for us next season, bro. He's a baller. I hope so. I really do hope so. The thing is, Antony is the manager's player, so I'd give him a season. That's why I'm not completely writing him off. That's why I need to see more next season. I definitely need to see more next season. 110%. Yeah, the likes is bumping up. Big up, you lot. Hey, hit the subscribe button, man. We're too short of the subscriber mark. 6,205. We're only looking for 2 new subscribers. There's over 40 of you lot locked in. I know there's at least 2 people who haven't subscribed. And everybody, whether you're new here or regular, hit that like button as well. And share this across the socials. Please. Thank you very much. What's this? Your opinion, Flawless. Was you surprised to hear Ten Hag saying that Bruno was our best player yesterday, as I just didn't see it? Everyone was 7. So I'm not surprised to hear him say that, because Bruno was good yesterday. Well, everybody was good. De Gea was good. Dalot was good. Shaw was good. Martinez, Varane, McTominay, Sabitzer, Sancho, Antony, Rashford, everybody was good. So yeah, I'm not really surprised to hear him say that. Bruno was good. That's it. So yeah, not really. It's Ten Hag's first season. The stats ain't pretty also. We still have some of Ollie's signings. Yeah, we still have levels to go. Big up saying, man, from Jamaica. Big up my Jamaicans in the building. Peter G says, like Sabitzer in that advanced role last night, probably more of the same versus Everton. Why not? If Eriksen's not fit and available and ready to go, you play the same team. You should play the same team. That's what I would do. Play the same team. Flawless, why do you think United fans criticize Antony over the top? One, because a lot of fans like to do too much. That's number 1. Number 2, because rival fans criticize him, players are going to get onto him even. I mean, certain fans will then pile on, because I've noticed that. Once rival fans point something out, all of a sudden, some United fans all of a sudden want to be over the top with their criticism of that player or the manager. So yeah, that's all it is. It's just people doing too much and not looking at things with a level head. Like, I'll criticize Antony, but then I praise Antony. He's not all bad, but he's not all good. Like, people just aren't balanced. That's what it is. I always try and be measured and balanced with my approach. And whether you agree or disagree with me, I'll give you my reason. I'll state something. I'll state something and then give you reasons as to why I state it. And then if you have questions about why I've stated it, then I'll back that up further. I make it crystal clear where I stand on things. I make it crystal clear. What are we saying? Pac says I get 5 out and 5 in for the summer. If we get, is that the Qatari owners? I'd completely rebuild the squad. 13 out and 11 in. I think I said, 11 players in and I get rid of 15. But that's certain players not involved and that's certain players out on loan. But yeah, we need a complete, rebuild, 100%. We do. Flawless, we beat a good team yesterday. Look at their past results. Yeah, we did. You know what I'm saying? I'm not complaining. But Flawless, remember, Eriksen wasn't playing too well before he got injured, so I can't put my hopes in him that much. But he's still better than other options, says Don Shadow. No, he wasn't playing too well in terms of Eriksen standards, but he's still miles better than anything else we have in there. Nobody does his job better than him because there's no one who can do his job. The criticism of Eriksen was way over the top. Way over the top. Did he fall off a little bit? Yes. But was he as bad as people were talking about dropping him for games? I was like, he's clearly our second best midfielder. Why are we dropping him? He's better than Fred. He's better than McTominay. He's better than Bruno. What are we doing? He's better than Sabitzer. Even though, yeah, Sabitzer was here after him. But my point is, he's our second best midfielder. We cannot be afford to be dropping Christian Eriksen. Like, his form wasn't bad enough that it warranted being dropped. Maybe a rest in the game, yes. But he still was outperforming everybody bar Casemiro. Like, what are we doing? That's what I didn't understand. Ten Hag just backing his players. That's what he's supposed to do. Just back your players publicly. Flawless, who would you like to see in the lineup against Everton? Same team. I go same team. If Eriksen's not fit and available, I'd go same team. Big up to Nuno as well. Big up to Nuno. You hoping that Shaw was just taken off as a precaution? Normally I would, but there's something I just like about Malacia. Yeah, I'm hoping he's not injured because we need all of the what's it called? We need all of the players we can get. We do. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need all of the players available. We need all of the players fit and available. And Luke Shaw as a backup centre back or backup left back, I like. So I'm hoping he's not injured for too long because our squad is thin. Our squad is thin when everybody's fit and available. So we can't afford to be injuries is no good for us. Any injuries in any area, especially there. Because not only do we lack quantity, we lack quality. That's how I would look at it. Someone asked me about Luke Shaw. Sorry, if I missed your comments, just because the chat be moving crazy at times. And when I'm obviously when I'm responding to a question, then sometimes I'll miss another question. But in regards to Luke Shaw's contract, I hope it's one of two things. One is we signed him to a new deal to sell him on in the summer, and then we're negotiating from a position of power because he's got a long-term contract, or he's being kept as backup centre back to Martinez. I'm hoping it's those two things. If it's either of those two things, I'm all for Luke Shaw signing a new deal. If it's for Luke Shaw to be starting left back next season, I don't like it. That's my thoughts on a new deal. That's my thoughts. I want Balde. No spamming in the chat, people. No spamming in the chat. Gojo trying to get me with the name. Gojo, you got to be better than this. Come on, man. You think I'm a fall for this? I should block you just for trying to get me with this nonsense. Man tried it, like I'm a fall for that. Joke, man. Joke, man. I think I'm going to do that. Play Simple says, Flawless, why do we always lose the ball unnecessarily? We get it and right after we lose it. Not always. That's too strong, Play Simple. But the reason why we've given the ball away in certain games, because I know you ain't talking about yesterday, is because these players are just not that good. That's why. Just that simple. Like you saying, play it simple. Just think simply about it. Just ask yourself, Play Simple, how many of these players do you rate? And that tells you all you need to know. We have McTominay's, Fred's, Bruno's in our midfield. Of course, we're not going to keep the ball well. That's not a cohesive unit to keep the football and dominate possession. All of a sudden, you put Casemiro and Eriksen in there, we look miles better. It's no accident. You know what I'm saying? Dida, I don't know why you are spamming. What's wrong with you? And who's toxic? What are you talking about? Who's toxic? You know what I'm saying? And how many trophies do I think United win? 2. Minimum 2. I think we win the Europa League. FA Cup is a bit more. That's tougher. With Brighton and in particular Manchester City, that's much tougher. I see Ahmed coming in next season and really balling. Hope you're right, man. Hope you're right. Without doubt. I'm trying to see Casemiro, Sabitzer, and Eriksen in the 10 just one time. I'd like to see that. I think that could be it. I like that a lot, Nathan. I like that a lot. Flawless, would you take Kim Min-jae just because of his profile? Yes. And I'm hearing he has a release clause as what? 40 million? Yes. I would take Kim Min-jae. Without doubt. Yes. I would take Kim Min-jae. Pia G says it would be nice for change to get 3-0 in front and rotate for the last 20 minutes to keep players fresh for matches ahead. Yeah, that would be nice, Peter G. But it would be nice if we had a great 11 and a great bench, and a new ownership and the stadium was fixed. It's just unfortunate. He's asking. Oh, is he asking me about talks? That's my bro. Of course. Why are you asking? Like, people just asking stupid questions if he's asking about talks. It's my bro. It's my brother. Like, what the hell? It's my don. We family tree. Yeah. Anyways, you lot continue to bump up the likes. We're 5 short of 40 people. We're 5 short of 40. Have we had any new subs? I've seen some new names in the chat, so that means we should have had some new subs. Unless you lot have just been subbing and not commenting, which is good. Right, we're at 6,204. One more sub, people. One more sub. Get us to 6,205. Yeah, Tox is good. We did In the Mud like 2-3 weeks ago. But yeah, he's blessed, man. Tox is blessed. And you'll see him probably back on here for something. Or make sure you're on the Twitch and you'll see him on In the Mud when we put that together. And we need to bring back the Sarcasm City podcast as well, which is just current affairs, like non-sport, non-football. I have to be honest, it was great to be in control of a game for once, even though it was only 1-0. It felt like we weren't in trouble apart from probably once. I agree, Matthew, it was nice. I was pleasantly surprised because I was absolutely shitting bricks in regards to that game. Like, oh, this midfield, we're playing Brentford. Oh my, like this is going to be bad. But I was proved wrong. You know what I'm saying? I was proved wrong, and I like that. Prove me wrong. I don't want to be right. When I criticize this team and these players, I do not want to be right. Prove me wrong. Love that. Do I think United can go on an unbeaten run from now to the end of the season? No. Thoughts on Martial's cameo so far? Bright, typical Tony Martial. Talented baller, man. I don't doubt Martial for a second. Don't doubt him for a second. Quality baller. We can't stay fit. Can't stay fit. So, what use are you? That's why I'd move him on. Like, you don't play. How many matches has he played? June Football says, what? Free to go down. United show. So please keep all your, I know there's new people in the chat. Keep your comments, questions, Manchester United related, please. United related only. Martial should start on Saturday, but I don't want to change the front line from last night. Yeah, that's why I'd keep it the same. The team performed well. Everybody deserves their start on merit. But if Eriksen was fit, I'm taking out McTominay and I'm playing Eriksen. But other than that, I'd keep it the same. Everton will be tough, though, early kickoff. There will be a watch-along for it on the channel as well, people. It will be tough. Yeah, Don Chada, no stress. You know what I'm saying? No stress. As long as you've hit the like button and subbed, whether you're in the comments is up to you. However you lot want to enjoy the content is fine. I know there's regular watchers who are always in the comments, regular watchers who are sometimes in the comments, and then regular watchers who are never in the comments. I don't mind either three. Either one of those 3 options. Just make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. That's all I care about. That's all I care about. All right, let's see. What else have I missed? Have I missed more? Hey, United Spurs of America, big up as well. I missed anything? You lot continue to get your questions in. This is only going to be a short show. Only here for the next 15 to 20 minutes or so. Let's see what's what. Still remember that semi-final winner versus for Martial in 2016 versus the Toffees. Another one of those, please, on Saturday. Let's hope so. Man United linked with Ward-Prowse, yes or no? That's a terrible idea. It's a terrible idea. I like Ward-Prowse. Solid player, but nah. We need better improvements. Our worst midfielder should be Sabitzer. I've said this already. Look at our midfield options now. I want an upgrade on Eriksen. I want a backup to Casemiro, and I want Sabitzer. That's the 5. So it should be Casemiro, upgrade on Eriksen starting, and then you got Eriksen backing up his upgrade, the backup to Casemiro, and Sabitzer. That should be the 5. Ward-Prowse is not better than Sabitzer. Yeah, why, man? Why are you asking about Tox? Yes, Tox is my bro. Yes. Like, I don't get it. What are you talking about? I'm saying, this guy keep asking about Tox. Why? He's on Twitter at him. Do you want Kane, and do you think United would go in for him this summer or the next when he will be free? I don't want Kane. No. I don't want Kane, and the more I think about it, the more I talk about it, the more I hear others talk about it. I was on Big Six Bands and Ethan was talking about it in terms of his lack of pressing. I just don't want a striker that's not mobile. I don't want a non-athletic striker. Simple as that. I really don't. Harry Kane's cold. Don't get it mistaken, people. One of the best strikers in the Premier League, one of the best strikers in the Premier League of all time. But no, I don't want Harry Kane. I don't want a striker that is not mobile. I don't want someone who's not athletic. I don't want someone who can't run in behind. I don't want someone who's not good on the counter attack. Nah, and for the money they're talking and the wages they're talking, no. It'd have to be a steal. I don't want Kane. No. If we were to sign him, cool. But would he be my first option? No. Would he be my second option? No. Would he be my third option? No. I'd take Ivan Toney over him. I'd take Osimhen over him. Benzema's out of contract. I would definitely take Benz over him. And yes, Benz isn't the most mobile, but he's more mobile than Kane, and he's a better player as well. So no, I don't want Kane. You're talking about 80, 90, 100 million. No. If he's 50, 60, yes. But other than that, nah. I'm done, man. But you got to be able to press from the front and run in behind and be physical. It's pace and power league, man. This is why this is why I had my doubts over João Felix. And this is why if we're linked with João Felix in the summer, I wouldn't want him at my football club. Talented ballers. That's why I have my issues with Sancho. Same thing. And I'm not saying they're all of the same level before someone says, oh, well, Sancho's not better than Kane or Felix. Of course, he's not better than Kane or Felix. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just talking about the lack of pace and power. I'm seeing Sancho struggle in this league. I'm seeing João Felix struggle. I don't want another one of them. Go get me someone who has the technical attributes but can also shift. That's what I want. Arsenal fan here about how many signings until you challenge. Challenge. Four. Let's say a goalkeeper, a central midfielder, a number 10, and a striker. To challenge. That's not win. So to challenge 4. And in those 4 positions as well. Goalkeeper, central midfielder, number 10, striker. To challenge, I would say. Hey, Peter G, I want Maddison. Maddison may be on his way to United if the Foxes go down. I hope so. Hussein says, I'm not impressed with United offering long-term contracts to perennial underachieving players like Shaw. We need more upgrades. We do. I'm just hoping 2 things. I agree with you, Hussein. I just hoping is one of 2 things. He's either here to be back up to Martinez and we're going to sign a left back, or we're signing him to a long-term deal to try and sell him. If it's either one, if it's not either one of those 2, I would be against it. Gojo says, flawless thoughts on Zidane Iqbal, and do you have any insight as to why he isn't playing? I've not seen a lot of Zidane Iqbal to comment in terms of talent, but the reason why he's not playing because you don't throw a youth player into a ship that's not steady. You don't throw him into a platform that is not stable because you're setting him up. That's a recipe for disaster. You're setting him up to fail. A youth player, especially in the center of the park as well, who's he going to play next to? There's no Casemiro, there's no Eriksen currently. So you're going to throw him in there in a team that's also in a rebuild. Terrible idea. That's why we haven't seen Zidane Iqbal, because you don't see youth players thrown in like that. Anytime Sir Alex Ferguson threw in youth players, the team was set. The team was stable. That's what I would say. Kane doesn't see what the manager's trying to do. Be interesting to see the type of striker Ten Hag goes for. Yep, United need a striker that is mobile and fluid with the front 3. No to Harry Kane. That's what I'm with. That's why I don't want Kane. I'm good on Kane. I really like the look of Evan Ferguson. He's already shown it in the Premier League. He's only played like 10 matches, though. And people are talking ridiculous prices for him. Ridiculous. I like Antony as a player, but I do get frustrated that he just cuts back on his left and shoots when better options. I don't mind him cutting in and trying to shoot. It's just that the shots need to be better. And yesterday, and away to Newcastle as well, I seen him go down the outside and use his right foot. But I need to see vast improvements, 100%. There's so much more we need from him. And next season, I'll be judging him much more harshly. But this season, it's your opening season. I'm like, we'll see. We'll see what's what. Vafa says, just enjoying the show. Big up, Vafa. Thoughts on Kabi Mino? Not seen him. Haven't seen him like that to say. He's played a handful of matches. We need technically gifted players like Martinez in the midfield. He's pure class. Yes, it's saying we need better midfielders. Yes. I'm not going to sit here and say we don't. We all know Manchester United need better midfielders. We need better fullbacks. We need better number 10. And we need better strikers. Like, we know where Manchester United falls short. 100%. Mesh says, I can't see Osimhen fitting into this system. What is this system? 2 questions for you, Mesh. What is this system and why don't you think he can settle into it? Believe Hannibal doing well at Birmingham and Ahmad at Sunderland. I've heard about Diallo at Sunderland, Hannibal at Birmingham. I'm not sure, but I've not been watching. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't watch the Championship, so I would have no idea. United Spurs of America says, if you could resurrect any past United player to fit into today's squad, who and why? It's a great question. Scholes? Yeah, Scholes. Without doubt. Paul Scholes. Yeah. But imagine Scholes, Casemiro, Eriksen midfield. Whoo! Would cook. Whoo! We ain't getting the ball. Would cook. Scholes, Casemiro, Eriksen. Whoo! In a 4-3-3. Casemiro is the 6th. And then, yeah, Scholes. 100%. Scholes. Big up Joe R as well. Big up Joe R. Glenn says, are you worried about the goals not being shared around the team? Yeah, but that's been a concern my entire season. This is why I said I would change 3 of the front 4 next season. I want a new right winger, even though with Antony I'm unsure on, so I can't say new right winger, but Antony I'm unsure on. I want a new number 10 and I want a striker. And I want a new deep line playmaker, and I want 2 fullbacks as well. So yeah, I'm worried about the goals not being shared around the team. This is why I want pretty much a whole new team. Rashford must have had at least 10 game winners this season. That guy is clutch. Yeah, man, he's doing the business. 100%. He's doing the business. That's why I have no criticism of Rashford this season. Hopefully his good form continues from now to the end of the season, and then I need him to replicate it next season. I need you to start putting this shit back to back. I'm saying you can't have one great season and then take a season off, and then have another great season and then take a season off. Then an average season, then good. No, consistency is key. Consistency is what helps you challenge and win the big trophies. So that's what it is. Big up Joe R as well. Says, yo, big up to you. Over 40 of you lot locked in. How many likes are we on? Let me check. We're at 46 likes. Big up to you lot. 4 more. Get us up to 50 likes. And we are 1 short of the subscriber mark. There's over 40 of you lot locked in. I know there's at least 1 person who has not hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. And I know some of you lot are not getting notified when we go live. That's just YouTube notifications. So what I need you lot to do is follow Sarcasm City TV across all socials. There it is. At Sarcasm City TV on Twitter, at Sarcasm City TV on Instagram. Go follow, not only to support, but then you turn on the notifications, because every time we go live, every single time we go live, I always post, whether it's here on the YouTube or on the Twitch. So yeah, make sure you do that. Resurrect Emma, I just took it as you know what I'm saying, just passed. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. I just kept it moving. From what I've seen, Ten Hag wants to transition into a position-based system, and seeing what Martial and Vegas are doing, I think Ten Hag needs a player to pass well, create, and score. Why can't Osimhen pass well enough, create, and score goals? Why can he not do all of those 3? And I think you don't have to do all those things exceptionally well if we have a better number 10 and we have a better team and a better right winger and a better deep line playmaker and a better fullbacks and just more of the ball. I think Osimhen would do fine because of his profile. Just when you're pace and power and a willing runner and can finish, I think you'll do fine. Who would I take? Onana or Paulino? Onana. Simply because, 1, I think he'd be cheaper. 2, I also think that he'd be more accepting of a squad role. And on top of those things, he adds height. Our team's small, man. More physicality. Not saying that Paulino's not physical, because he is. I rate him. I think he's like near the top of the list in terms of like tackles and things like that. He gets through a lot of dog work, but I'm just a big fan of Onana. Big fan. You know what I'm saying? Big fan. Rashford loses the ball a lot, but personally, I prefer that. That's why I like Garnacho. He makes things happen. Yeah, I got no issue with attacking players losing the ball in the final third, just as long as you're trying the right things. If the pass is on and you don't make the pass, I go, cool. But when you cross and there's a pass on, or you cross and there's a pass on, that's what it is. Play Simple says, am I banned from the chat? No, you're here. Your comment's here. You're not banned from the chat. We was talking just before. So no one's banned you. You know what I'm saying? I got the YouTube studio up. Again, you lot continue to get your questions in, please. I see even Hassam gave praise to United last night, but he did say Brentford were awful because he a hater, man. That's why. So Hassam, hater. Would you take Osimhen or Kane, bro? I definitely think Kane's the more complete player, but if we create service for Osimhen, it wouldn't be an issue. He just needs to put the ball in the goal. Obviously, Joe, you just got here. But out of those two, I'd take Osimhen. Bring me pace and power. I don't want a non-mobile, non-athletic striker who can't play on the counter-attack, who makes your front three less fluid, can't spin in behind. Defenses don't have to can play a high line and be cool. Yes, your wide players do that, but I want that central too. I want 3 runners. I want 3 runners. Bring me pace across the front 3. And I rate Kane highly, but in terms of those two, I'm going Osimhen. And this is Osimhen just off profile only. I'm not going to lie and say I've sat and watched him. That's what I would say. Let's see what's going on. Spurs play Brighton this weekend. We need to capitalize. Facts. Who's your NBA team? I don't have a team. I just follow players. Like Kevin Durant, one of my favorite players. Kyrie, one of my favorites. I just follow players. Have your thoughts on Tony changed after last night, or would you still take him at United? Not changed one bit. I don't let one poor performance cloud my judgment. Still take him at Manchester United. His team had 35% of the ball. Get him the ball, and he'll do bits. Is he not the 3rd highest goal scorer in the league? I think so. And Brentford are what? 6th, 7th? Get him to my football club. Mesh says, here you flawless, but when I've seen him, the limited time he's played, he seems clumsy like a Lukaku, haha, in the mud. If Ten Hag picks him, but fair points, flawless. I've not watched him like that to know. I know he's technically better than Lukaku, and any player we're going to sign is going to have black marks. I'll take someone who's technically not as sound rather than take someone who's technically sound with no pace and power. This is why I take a Osimhen over a Kane or a João Felix. Yeah. Do you think the squad has the mentality shift? Because we've had capitulations. We've had a mentality shift, but we've not had enough of a mentality shift. And forget mentality. The capitulations is because the team's not good enough. That's where the capitulations lie. I don't look at the team and go, oh, it's a mental strength. This team is not that good. Simple as that. And that's why at home, we have an exceptional record. And away from home, we do have the 5th best record away from home, actually, but it's not the best. It's just a skill thing. It's not a mindset thing. These man is skill. They're just not that good. That's why I don't look too much into the away form, because I understand that. You man just ain't it. Cool. Ten Hag working miracles. I keep saying it and will continue to say it. Our away form is awful, but I think we've conceded something like 7 and 11 at home and 2 came against Brighton. Yes, we have the best home defensive record. Our away form is not awful. Our away form, we have the 5th best away record. It's not awful. It needs to be improved upon, in particular against the top teams, but it's not awful. It's not. Can we see Wan-Bissaka getting a start on Saturday? I would start alone. He played well enough to keep his place. Plus, we really should be dominating the ball. Against Newcastle, when it got to 2, I was thinking it could go 4. You never know with the season when it gets 2 or 3, it's getting bad. Yeah, because, again, the reason why we were 2-0 down to Newcastle is quality. Look at the team that played. You take out Casemiro, you take out Eriksen, our midfield options are awful. Our fullbacks, not good enough. Our midfield options in that game, not good enough. Our goalkeeper, not good enough. Our number 10, not good enough. Weghorst started, right? Not good enough. Antony, big question mark. Rashford was poor. Of course we're going to be down. Look how many not good enoughs I just said. Matthew says, are you happy with Ten Hag as he said he wants the South American market scouted more as we finally got South Americans who make a difference? Makes sense. He's having success. He's had success and he's having success here with South American players. 2 of our best players are South American in Martinez and Casemiro. So why would you not want more of that? You go and shop. So yeah, I'm with the South American market being scouted more. There's a lot of talent over there that we don't know. So that's why when people say there's no value in the market, no. There's no value in the market, because nobody here is an expert in South American, in the South American field. Nobody. You telling me there's not a left back in the South American market who's good enough, or a goalkeeper who's good enough, or a number 10 who's good enough, or a striker, of course there is. There's hundreds of thousands of ballers out there in South America, people. And South America is not just Brazil, Argentina. You have Brazil, you have Argentina, Bolivia, you have Ecuador, Peru. The list goes on and on and on. All them South American countries. South America, a big continent, of course. Go and locate. So I'm glad he said that, Matthew. I didn't even know. I'm happy he said that. Take Bruno G out of Newcastle, they wouldn't be in the top 4. Probably fairs. We panic if we go 2-0 down. United teams in the past regroup and go again. What United teams in the past? The successful ones, yeah, but not the ones in recent years. How do you feel about Bruno playing deeper? He's probably a better 8 than he is a 10, to be honest. So I suppose it gets the best out of him. He is a better 8. If you play a 6 and 2 8s, Bruno as the right side of an 8, right side of a midfield trio can work, and that's where he's probably best. Where he's real best is on the bench. But yeah, much of a muchness. I said Verratti and Casemiro, I'm dreaming, you know. Man said Verratti even available, and he can't stay fit either. You know what I'm saying in that? Can't even stay fit. Hey, we went over 50 likes. Big up you lot, man. Continue to bump up the likes. Continue to bump up the likes. So I'm closing out in the next 10 minutes or so. It is. Get your questions in as well. We're at 52 likes. Girls up to 60 likes. Let me check the subscribe button as well. Yes, and we hit 6,205. Big up to you lot, man. We hit 6,000. Now we're looking for 5 new subscribers. 5 new subscribers. There's over 40 of you lot locked in. I know there's at least 5 of you watching this as I'm talking right now who hasn't hit the subscribe button. And if you're watching this back, hit the subscribe button. But yeah, by the time we end the stream, we're looking for 5 new subscribers. Get us to 6,210 and bump up the likes. Let's get us to 60 likes as well. We're at 52. We're 8 short. Continue to get your questions in. Please keep them Manchester United related. I will get to the better questions. Of course, if you super chat, I get straight to your question as well, even if it's not Manchester United related. And of course, on top of that, link for the membership is in the pinned comment as well. Peter G says box-to-box midfielders should be able to do both attacking and holding roles. Yeah, but Bruno's not really a box-to-box midfielder. I don't even know what he is. I'm not going to lie. I really don't know. You're just a hard worker in there. As Eddie would call him, try hard. That's what he is in there. I mean, try hard. He'll give you energy. He'll give you tenacity. He'll give you pressing. He'll cover the grass. That's pretty much it, though. But he was good yesterday, as was everybody. I got to salute everybody and say big up to everyone. 100%. Bigging up everybody. But what you lot saying about Evan? Back in 1 sec, you lot. Bear with me. 1 second. Yes, I'm back, people. I'm back. You know what I'm saying? Flawless, I just can't wait for Casemiro and Eriksen to come back. Hey, me and you both, man. You don't realize what you had till it's gone. Like, I was a strong defender of Eriksen in particular. And people who were talking rubbish now look. Now look at how we look without him. Look at the way the performances have dropped off. Even at Eriksen performing below par or performing poor is miles better than what we have. Miles better than what we have. What are we doing here? You know what I'm saying in that? What are we doing? But it's like people can't realize that. I don't know why certain fans can't understand what a player is bringing, even if he's performing poorly when you look at the other options. Now, Eriksen's been out for so long and people are like, yo, we miss Eriksen. People talk about dropping him. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Same way people can't see the holes in the team when we win. But then when we lose, they'll see all the holes in the team. No, the holes are still there. There was no difference between the Newcastle and Fulham games. No difference between the Newcastle and Fulham games in terms of performance. The only difference was the result. But then everyone's quick to criticize the Newcastle. But all right, what about Fulham? Same shit. People quick to praise Bruno for that. Give him 7s, 8s out of 10. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Ideal midfielders you would want if you could bring in 3 plus what we have. Onana. Upgrade on Eriksen. But no one stands out. You know what I'm saying? And that there's no one I look at and go, yeah, go get him. And then Sabitzer. That's the ideal 3. You know what I'm saying? But you say that's not ideal. That's realistic. In the ideal world, bring me Chouameni, Onana, and yeah, I'd still throw Sabitzer in there. I think I'd still throw Sabitzer in there. I think that's a good 5. Yeah, but yeah, in the ideal world, yes, Chouameni, Onana, Sabitzer. In the ideal world. That's what I would take. That's what I would say. Let's see what you lot are saying. I'm not going to lie, the pictures of Eriksen back in training bring a smile to my face. Just need Garnacho and Donny back for that added squad depth. Yeah, it's all hands on deck. It is all hands on deck. Why are early kickoffs always difficult to play? That's a good question, Peter G. I don't know why, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm really, really not sure. I don't know. I think players will have to answer that. Maybe the fans ain't us up for it because it's slightly earlier. Maybe it's that. Question to Flawless: are you worried about a potential Juventus matchup in the Europa League semi-finals, the unformed in Serie A? No, I don't. I don't worry about anybody in that competition. Not saying we can't get beat, but do I worry about no one? No, we're the favorites against anyone we play. So whether it's Sporting, whether it's Juventus, we play Sevilla, we're favorites. Whoever from the other side, whether it's a Roma, Bayer Leverkusen, Feyenoord over there, Union Saint-Jura, they're over there as well. We're the favorites. We're the team to be feared in this team. So do I worry about? No, I don't. RJ says, would you keep Donny van der Beek? Nah. Joe says, do you think Rashford can be one of the players to win us a title? He can be a part of a team, yes. Yes, absolutely. He can be part of a team. If we were 9 or 10 points away from 5th, we will play in Europa without pressure, which is a bonus. What do you mean by this? If you're 9? Now, if Europa were under pressure, we'd be under more pressure if we were 9 or 10 points away from 5th, because then Europa League would be our only route to the Champions League. Whereas now we have 2 routes, and I expect us to get to both. I expect us to deliver both routes. I expect Manchester United to win the Europa League. I also expect us to finish in the top 4. And if we don't do the former, I'm looking at Europa League. Even if we finish 3rd and don't win the Europa League, I'd be pissed. I'm like, who the hell did we get beat by over 2 legs? We should not be losing over 2 legs to Juventus, Sporting, or Sevilla. And then we shouldn't be getting beat in a one-off game by a Roma, a Feyenoord, a Bayer Leverkusen, or a Belgian Pro League team. I'm sorry. Even with this team, I don't rate. We're good enough to win the 2nd-tier European competition. 100%. Like, that's what it is. I think we need better players than Rashford around him, but having a player that wins games this season is important for the mentality. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not saying just Rashford, but can he be a part of the team? Yes. But Europa League, I've been banging on about this the entire season. Anyone who's been here long enough, from the start of the season, I was talking about Europa League. During ManDem United podcast, the crossovers, watch-alongs, Q&As, when I'm elsewhere, I've been talking about this the entire season. Go win the Europa League. And if we don't, something went wrong. When we drew Barcelona in the playoffs, I was like, it's the worst case scenario because they're the best team, but we'll beat them. And we bopped them. They were lucky it was only 4-3 on aggregate. United Spurs of America says, Jose's Roma is the only thing I think that can stop United in Europa. And if we lose to them in the final, I'll be pissed. Because they're not a good team and Jose's not a good manager. Nah, that's what it is. If we win the Europa, does 5th get the Champions League? No. If we finish in the top 4, it remains the same. But now, if we finish 5th and win the Europa, we'll get into Champions League and in the top 4 will. So I don't want to give anyone an extra place either. Fuck all that. Go do what needs to be done and win the Europa League. I'm saying, talking 2nd-tier European competition. What are we doing? Need to just go do the business. Flawless, what would you do with Martial next season? We all know there's a player there, but his injuries are a real problem. I just let him go. If a good offer comes in for him, I let him go. How long we gonna wait for you to get fit and firing and be available? Talented, no doubt. Super talented, but can't stay fit. I know it's looking like he might go to Arsenal, but would you take Tielemans on a free? I was for this, but then when I've seen all the top clubs say no, something's not right. Tielemans has been available. I think he was available. Neil was telling me he was available last season. He's available this season, and nobody's gone, yeah, go and get Tielemans. And every time I watch him, I think he's talented. But I think it is his lack of mobility in that area. I think it is that. But I'm a fan of Tielemans. I really am. But something's off. I think he'd be available on a free. Why not? If we sign 3 midfielders and him as well, why not on a free? Why not? RJ, I'm glad you mentioned this because I forgot about this. Because I mentioned it on the watch along. But Sabitzer's assist to Rashford goes under the radar. Very smart. The pass from Antony clipped into Sabitzer was smart. And then Sabitzer, so many players will just try to flick that on into an area. Like he's nodded that down to Rashford, and a very good finish from Rashford as well. So that's not easy. Bouncing ball on a wet pitch, not easy. Not easy. I don't want Martial. A squad is supposed to strengthen the team, not weaken it by being a fake number because you're never there. I agree with you, Joe. I agree. That's why I said I'm moving on if a good offer comes in for him. Been done with Martial. This season was last chance saloon. I said, yo, just be fit, ready, and available. That's it. Hey, big up to Ed. Says, evening flawless. I'm late today, but man's going to rewatch. Hey, large up, man. Love every single time. Get your final few questions in. I'm closing out in the next 5 minutes, people. How many likes we at? Only at 53 likes. Hey, girls up to 60 likes, you lot. Hit the subscribe button as well. Everyone is underestimating Feyenoord. I think they can eliminate Roma. Very good side. I will laugh. If Feyenoord beat Roma, I will laugh. Because people was in this chat trying to hype up Roma. Oh, Mourinho this, Roma that, blah, blah, blah. You should be fearful. Before the draw, actually. This is before the draw. People trying to hype up Roma. Roma are a bang average side, man. They're a bang average side. Like, let's not do this. Bang average. Bang average side, bang average players, bang average manager. Why don't we just call average anymore? Not you lot. But it's like people just don't want to call average. People always want to hype people up when they're playing Manchester United. Same way people hyped up that Barcelona side that I said was bang average. And I think Barcelona are a better side than Roma. Bang average. Mourinho, bang average. You know what I'm saying? Ronaldo, Matic, Dzeko, Dybala in 2023, bang average. You know what I'm saying? Bang, bang, bang average. Oh, yeah, is it not Feyenoord? Is it Ajax? What's that side of the bracket? Is Feyenoord? Oh, no, Feyenoord went out. Wait, no, Feyenoord won 7-0, did they not? I swear they won 7-0. Let me check this. See the other side of the draw. Yeah, it's Feyenoord. It's Roma Feyenoord. Yeah. Yeah. Because it's Feyenoord, Roma. That's the early kickoff next week, Thursday. And then Juventus, Sporting, United, Sevilla, and Leverkusen versus Union Saint, and the late kicks. And then the next week after, they're all late kicks. But anyhow, yeah, Feyenoord knock out Roma. Anyhow, Juventus, you know what I'm saying, beat Sporting. We'll have to go get Arsenal's chain back off Juventus because Juventus would have took it from Sporting. Don't worry, Arsenal, man. We're going to get your chain back. Don't worry about it. You're going to get your chain back. Let's see what have I missed. RJ says, how about Kudus from Napoli? He can play multiple positions, including striker and number 10 and across the front three. Heard a lot about him. Jez is always talking about him, obviously being Ghanaian. I don't know enough about him. I've not watched him to even say anything. Do you think we'd be worse off without Rashford or Casemiro? I personally think we'd be worse off without Casemiro, but without Rashford, I don't know what we'd do. Both of them are key. And we'd be way worse off with either one of them gone. Take out either or, fucked, pretty much. Do you think after yesterday we've seen the end of Weghorst as a star? For the next couple games, probably. Because Martial is now back fit and available. And I'm hoping Martial starts that Sevilla game. Let's put these men to the sword. It's a Europa League quarterfinal. Go win the tie in the first leg. Like what we did against Betis, I can't ask for more from. I said go win by 3 goals or more, and we did that. All right, the period where when one was a little bit shaky, but then once we scored the second, we battered them. Go and make it. Go win 3-4-0. and just make the second leg a null in void. That's what we need to do. Peter G says, great show and content, buddy. Big up you and the knowledgeable chat. Large up every single time. Large up. Yeah, Martial has one job, stay fit for a month, but I don't even know if he can do that. Jetty Ghost just joined to say, I'm here for the Arsenal strays. Ain't even strays. Sporting got their trade, innit? So if Juventus get that, then we'll have to go get Arsenal's chain off Juventus. And it's cool. I'm just letting them know, man. You know what I'm saying? English pride and all that. Don't worry, man. I'll do that. The second City going to get back the chain for the capital. You know what I'm saying? It's all right, man. Someone got to do it. Someone got to wave, you know what I'm saying, wave the flag in Europe. And we know Arsenal don't do them things. You know, outside of Chelsea, London don't really do them things. So it's cool. We got him. And that being said, even in Manchester, only the red side do them things. Yeah. Martial should know a fair bit about Sevilla being he was there last season. I don't know how much they've changed since then. I don't really follow Sevilla like that. I just know they're in poor form. You want to see Sabitzer up top? Well, as a striker. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. But all right, people, we're going to close out. Love to all of you lot every single time, as always. We're back at midnight, people. Back at midnight for the crossover show. Obviously, I do crossover shows with the other Big Six team. So Cam will be here, who is the Arsenal representative. ManDem United podcast. Going to talk from the Arsenal podcast. Meet people. So we'll be talking all things Manchester United, talking all things Arsenal at midnight here on the YouTube channel. Check out the upcoming live stream schedule, people. Check out the upcoming live stream schedule, because then that way, you know, all the shows that are coming up and you know all the times they're coming up as well. So even if I'm not alive and you're like, what's going on in Sarcasm City? You can just go straight to the TV. That's your TV guide right there. Same on the Twitch as well, people. Same on the Twitch. I've already updated the live stream schedule, and not till Sunday the 9th, this Sunday, till the week after, which is the 16th. Updated it already. So, you know, all the Manchester United shows, all the crossover shows, Q&As, all the watch-alongs, plus more. So make sure you check it out. Yeah, Dennis, love every time. Big up, big up. Yes, I'll be with rants in about 10 minutes, people. I'm a legit go get something to snack on quick, and then boom. United Spurs of America. I'm glad you found the channel. He says, cheers, man. Great stream. Glad I found this channel. I like the vibe, man. I'm glad you found it, man. Big up to you. I love to everyone that's locked in. This has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for tuning in. And United Spurs of America says, you ever down to stream with a Spurs fan like me? I do fan calling shows before I close out. I do fan calling shows. So when I do a fan calling show, is one-on-one normally. So that's like a live stream, but that's over on the Twitch. So when I bring back the fan calling shows, make sure you are there. Make sure you are there. And outside of that, where in America are you from, my guy? Let me know. Let me know before I close out. Big up Joe, big up all the regulars. Because we do have Americans on anyway. I'm saying we got man from the West Coast. We have man from the East Coast. We got man from the Midwest. Canadian. I'm saying we really multicultural. Well, I'm from Texas, mate. All right, shit, you from South. All right, big up United Spurs of America. Just make sure you're there for the fan calling shows. But yes, love to everyone that's locked in. ManDem United podcast on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. See you lot at midnight. Big up. Shit, let me see who's live. Keep forgetting. Raid someone. Pump faked again. I'm going to end the stream, people. Don't worry. I'm going to end the stream. Hold up. Just seeing who's live. Is there anyone who's live right now? Big Six Bants is live. I'll raid them. Hey, make sure when you go raid Big Six Bants, you say big up Sarcasm City TV sent you. Gonna raid them now. Big up. Yeah, Big Six Bants, man, they're live. Like I said, make sure you go say Sarcasm City TV raid in capital letters in the chat. But I'm out. Love to you, look.